Hi everybody, welcome to my first ever college video. I thought I would give you all a dorm tour today because I know when I was looking at colleges and applying, I really liked to see these kinds of videos, so I thought it would be helpful for all of you who are trying to figure out what kind of dorm you want to live in, what kind of college you want to live in, so I hope you really enjoy. My name is Haley. I'm currently a freshman at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. I'm a psychology major in the College of Natural Sciences. I'm living in the northeast residential area in a double. So I hope this can give you kind of an idea of what a typical double room would look like in the northeast residential area, and sort of what you might want to think about bringing. I can give you some tips about that, and yeah, just gonna show you around my room. So starting when you walk in, right on the door, this comes with the room. They give you this little mirror, which it's good, but if you find that you would prefer a full body mirror, that's something you can bring extra if you want. But it also, the door comes with the towel racks. So these are mine, this is my roommate's. Over here, I made use of this space. I always run by a calendar. So I just got this whiteboard calendar. As you can see, I just finished my second week of classes here at UMass. I got these little command strip hooks just to put my lanyards with my keys and my robe. I got this dish mat, which I highly recommend for putting your shower caddy on and anything else that just gets wet after you come back from the shower. The dish mat is very helpful to just not get the floor all wet and gross. This is the closet that they give us. Every double room is different. Sometimes it will be a full like wardrobe closet, or it's this kind of thing, or sometimes it's just like a cutout in the wall. So there's no like door. It's just like they just hang like a bar to hang your clothes on. So it all depends. But in my room particularly, we have this kind of smaller closet, which I hung my shoe rack on. In here I have all of my coats and, you know, like heavier jackets and just like my winter stuff. And then down here I got this is my laundry hamper / basket. I found this at Target. It's basically your basket and your hamper, so I just pick this whole thing up and bring it down to the laundry room. There are 2 drawers here. In this one I just have my hats and gloves and my belts. And then in here I have all of my boots, which didn't fit in this shoe rack thing. So over here is my desk. I just have everything that I use on a regular basis here. I got this in a store downtown in Amherst. I have all of my, books and supplies and my laptop. I just have some jewelry here, my makeup. I highly recommend a fan. These rooms do get hot, especially in the summer, but they do stay relatively warm throughout the year. As I'm realizing, like, the temperature outside is way cooler than it is in here. So I highly recommend a fan or 2. My roommate brought this fan for us too, but I just keep this here so it blows on me when I'm sleeping at night because I get hot when I'm sleeping. So that's very helpful to have. And the desk comes with these little drawers, so I just have more, desk supplies, kind of miscellaneous stuff, extra textbook. Yeah, so over here is my bed, which I'm very happy with how I decorated. I wanted it to be very aesthetic and green. So this is what this setup looks like. Again, all of the double rooms are kind of laid out differently, so what you see here may not be what you would end up getting. Depends on like how much wall space you have, where you want to position the bed. Like some people choose to turn the bed against the wall or move it all the way over here. So like completely up to you. You can, when on move-in day, you can rearrange the furniture however you want to, but this is what I decided to do with the space that I had. Every room comes with the 3-drawer like dresser thing. So I have this whole thing is filled with clothes. So I have like my t-shirts and dresses and in here, and my sweaters, sweatshirts, and then I got these 2 bins at Target, which I highly recommend if you want to have more storage under your bed. If you choose to loft your bed, that's another option for double the storage. You can loft it really tall. I just prefer not to do that because I'm short, so it was already a struggle to get into the bed, sort of. So I didn't want to make that more difficult for myself, and I just preferred how it looked without a loft bed. So but that's totally an option if you prefer that. So in this one, I just filled it with more clothes, like my long sleeve shirts and my PJs. And then in here, I just have extra things like my towels, extra sheets and blankets, all of my like hygiene products, cleaning supplies. And then in here, I got this kind of like little nightstand thing, which I have like art supplies and all of my like tote bags and purses and my books that I brought. Well, this is what my room has, this weird little shelf thing. But I also brought an alarm clock and this little charger stand thing. So I just kind of threw, as you can see, like just stuff that I could end up using. Quick side note about clothes. Just be careful with the amount that you bring. It was kind of like a wake-up call for me. When I moved in, it took me about 4 hours to fully unpack everything. And I was very, very scared that I brought too many clothes. But I did end up, being able to fill all of those little bins with my clothes. But it just took some extra, folding and manipulating how I wanted them to fit in there. So just be mindful of how many clothes you bring. You don't want to bring too much, but also you want to have options. So whatever that looks like for you, I just wanted to point that out. Also, another thing you can do is rent a fridge and a microwave. There's a company through UMass called Microfridge, and these two come together. So you and your roommate can share that, which is I highly recommend doing because you will want to refrigerate stuff. It's just super, super helpful to have. And then, just basic decoration stuff. I got this rug. It's completely your own space, so you can do whatever you want with it. As for lighting, this is the main light source that we have above our window, which at nighttime, it is pretty bright. And then another thing, under the desk, there's this light, which is very helpful if you're getting ready in the morning or whatever. And then there's also this little outlet here for whatever you need, like if you need to charge something. It's very, very helpful. There are outlets all over the place, but another thing that I would recommend buying is extension cords and charging blocks and things like that. I have one here. Very, very, very helpful to have. Another quick side note, the closest dining hall to Northeast is Worcester Dining Hall, which you can actually see right outside my window there. So that's very, very convenient. There are 4 different dining halls on campus. There are 2 very close to the Northeast residential area, and then there's 2 very close to Southwest, which is on the opposite side of campus. but I would highly recommend the Northeast residential area because it's very close to everything in general. We're sort of near the center of campus, so it's very close to Student Union, the library, pretty much all of your freshman academic buildings are in this general vicinity within probably at most 15 minutes of each other, 15-minute walk. Northeast is a great area. When I was picking my dorm, I joined a RAP, residential academic program. So what that means is I'm in a philosophy course, and since it is a RAP course, I was put into this building with on the same floor as a bunch of other people who are in that course with me. So I am living with those people who are in that course with me. But that is how I was able to be placed in this building. I highly recommend a RAP because you are more likely to be put into the building that you prefer instead of just simply asking for it on the preference application. So yeah, that's just a quick little plug for joining a RAP. I think it's very, very beneficial, and they're kind of fun courses, so I would recommend that. Now, this room that I have is, it seemed very small when I moved in here. It's really not that bad when you're living in here. All the rooms are different, but this is just an example of what a double could look like in the Northeast area. There's at least 4 different residential areas at UMass. So there's Northeast, Southwest, Central, Orchard Hill, and then there's the graduate apartments that are on campus. All the dorms are different, as I said. This is just an example of what yours could look like. If you want to see something more specifically, just comment what you want to see. I know, as I was saying, when I was looking for colleges, and I would always try to look on YouTube for like dorm tours and what to bring to college, because it is kind of daunting when you're actually packing. So I'll give you any tips that you want, and I hope you found this video interesting. So just let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching.